Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and welcome to the class. This is our first class, G2. And first of all, before we start, can I please request all of the participants to turn off their videos? Jazakallah. And we'll start with the dua, and then I'll hand over to the head teacher who will introduce the class, okay? So, so if you all please read after me. So, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري. The translation is, Lord, expand my mind and make my task easy for me. It's from Taha, verse 26 to 27. So now I'll hand over to the head teacher, Hafiz Sahib, to do his introduction. Yep.
Okay, Assalamu alaikum warahmatullah. Okay, let me share my. So. Okay. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Welcome to Tashilul-Quran course, which means making the Holy Quran easy to read and to facilitate the learning, easy learning. Today's is 1st October 2018, and by the grace of Allah, this is our fourth course. This program was started in 2017, and now it is repeated twice a year, 12-week course. So meaning that today we have started G1, that was started at 6 o'clock. Now this is G2 class, and we have started now, and from today to last class is 21st December 2018, so 12 weeks, Monday to Friday, and your time is 7 to 8, but because there is a soft transition between G1 and G2, so there should be a buffer time. So inshallah ta'ala, class will be fully functional by 5:07, so 5:07. So meaning that you should be able to log in even before that 7 o'clock. You will be in waiting hall, and as soon as the main teacher starts the class, you will be admitted accordingly. So total participants which we have allowed in this course is 95 in G1 and 95 in G2. So I said that in G1 we have 95 participants, and in G2 as well 95. And as I can see that this time is attendance 58. Maybe some are teachers, sport teacher, main teacher, but anyway, this more than 50 students are there, and inshallah more will come. And as I told you that there is a dedicated and devoted team. So apart from myself as a head teacher, we have day teachers, 10 day teachers, because there are Monday to Friday this class, G1, G2. So they are facilitated and supervised by 2 in charges, G1 in charge and G2 in charge. Then we have sport teacher, discipline supervisor. They have in each G1 5, G2 5. Then we have presentations from time to time. External examination will take place twice this term, this course. Then we have non-teaching staff, attendance supervisor, because your attendance will be closely monitored, and so please join on time and leave on time, meaning full 1 hour you should be taking part in this class attentively and devotedly dedicated. And then we have IT supervisor who will be able to support us with regards to any technical issues of this course. Because this course, every class is recorded and then uploaded on our YouTube channel, where you can listen for revision purpose, for repetition, for revision, for homework. You can access to those. And there are four components of this program. As you can see here, there are four. First of all, we say that we start with the prayers, and then we start with the prayers as your main teacher started the class with the prayers. So you should remember, you should memorize those prayers. Then the child, the student, who should be memorizing uh, and taking part in this course attentively. Then the parent, who should look after and facilitate homework, learning at home, and monitoring and supervision at home. Because your videos are off, uh, we cannot see you and you cannot see us. It's only voice connected platform, and that is why it is very important that from your inside, mentally you should be prepared and devoted to your program. Because unless you are tuned and devoted to this program, no system can check you from our platform that you are attentively reading, memorizing, revision or not, revising or not. Then very important part is the teacher panel, which I have introduced to you. They are fully committed, dedicated, and trained teachers. And as the G2 is a special class in this way, that G1 class, which starts at 6 o'clock, and now they have started, they are basically uh, confined to the early reading of the Holy Quran, meaning the lesson about how to read the Quran. Before coming to the reading stage of the Quran, they are just the walking steps towards reading the Quran. The G1 is a very basic class, starting from Arabic letters to then uh, to embark on systematic reading at the end. But G2 class is a very special in this way because this is the fourth class, and before that we have been only concentrating the correct pronunciation of the Holy Quran. But this course 4 is pronunciation plus hifz. So there is a syllabus for hifz, meaning you should be able to read correctly with correct pronunciation, fluently, and at the same time, because you have the age of memorization, you have sharp uh, faculties for memorization at this stage. Then our syllabus is that apart from Surah Al-Fatiha, you would be memorizing in these 12 weeks from Surah Az-Zilzal to Surah An-Nas. So we will first today Surah Al-Fatiha. Everybody should be able to read correctly, and after that you should be able to read correctly from your mind, by heart. You should be able to do that by heart. So it is very important that when the class is, the PDF sheets are on, you should read by seeing on that sheet, and when the teacher asks you, do not see on the sheet or on screen, then you should be reading from your mind, by heart. And our first priority, that you should be able to read any part of the Holy Quran with correct pronunciation. But the last surahs, which are 15, 16 surahs, you should be able to read from your mind, by heart. So revision is very, very important. Homework is very important. And then, uh, inshallah ta'ala, on the way you will learn the technique how to memorize any portion of the Holy Quran, and especially according to the syllabus. So every week there is a syllabus that what you have to cover. Maybe because we are starting from the back, Surah An-Nas, chapter number 114. After Surah Al-Fatiha, we will move to Surah An-Nas and Surah Al-Falaq, chapter 113 and 112, so and so. Maybe you have already memorized those surahs because you are reading namaz as well because of your age. But we want to make sure that you are able to read them correctly in both ways, visually, from paper and from your mind. Okay, so basically the rules of tartil should be manifested. Either you are reading from paper, from the text, from the Quran, or from by heart. So every student and their parents are encouraged to write a letter, at least in the start, from now and from time to time, as whatever you like, to Huzur Aqdas for prayers, asking His Holiness to pray for you, and you should tell that I have been enrolled. I have been enrolled in the class, and I am in G2, and I have started learning the Quran by heart now. This is just full first steps. Okay, these are the just full first steps towards a bigger way of the Holy Quran, with bigger path of the Holy Quran. Meaning this time in G2 you will learn only selected last chapters of the Holy Quran, 16 or 17 chapters. But after that, uh, our goal is to inculcate or develop such a learning attitude and desire, and kindle a burning desire in your heart that you should memorize more and more, at least 17 verses of the Holy Quran, Surah Al-Baqarah, and various chapters, various sections of the Quran. But this time we are starting only the last chapters. And it is very important because these are part of every Atfal and Nasirat syllabus as well. Either you are a Waqfino or a non-Waqfino, as a member of Nasirat al-Ahmadiyya or Atfal al-Ahmadiyya. And when your parents will also monitor and help you and will sit with you, then they can memorize as well, they can revise as well, or their pronunciation will also be enriched in that way. Okay, so it is very important that you are looked after um, while you are in the class or in that period every day. And whenever you have any, you don't want to come for any reason, for example, there is a general reason you cannot attend a class, please send us your apology through email. Okay, the same email, info@nqc.co.uk.org.uk, or inshallah we are creating a WhatsApp group as well for G1 and G2 separately, and then you can write your questions, your apologies, anything only related to this course there. So when this class was started, so Amir Sahib,
correct pronunciation of the Holy Quran to children throughout the country. And I'm advised by Secretary that Alhamdulillah, there is a lot of interest in this class, and a large number of parents have already made application for their children to take part in this class. So I'm very, very pleased, Alhamdulillah, that that parents have taken special interest in this class, and that this class will inshallah be very beneficial to all of our families and the children. And I am like to congratulate all of those parents, inshallah, who have made this initiative to take part in this class. May Allah bless you all, and I'd like to thank our Secretary, Talimul-Quran, and his team for the excellent job that they're doing, and in particular for starting this online class for members of the Jamaat. May Allah bless them all. Assalamu alaikum. Wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Okay, so this is our website, nqc.org.uk, and on the line you can go through all that. These are the courses, and when you go to the Tashilul Quran course, you can go through the previous recording as well. These are the class recordings, and the material is also available here. This is the course material, and this is a class recording. So this is a G2, the most recent class from January to March. You can benefit of these classes as well, the recording available. For example, this is our YouTube. Okay. Okay, I give back now class to the main teacher, and she would teach you according to the plan. So let me make her host. Yes, host is there. MT222. And Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Jazakallah Professor. Okay. So now I will start the class. But before that, I will introduce you to our support teacher, who will pick students, choose students. So it's ST232. 1 second. Assalamu alaikum. ST232. Miss Mubashira Shakur Sahiba, assalamu alaikum. Okay. Assalamu alaikum, Hanji. Assalamu alaikum. Abadi. Okay. Yeah, so that's your I'll make her co-host, and she will choose you to read something. So assalamu alaikum, you're the co-host now. Okay? Jazakumullah. Okay. So I'll meet you at okay. So I'll share the screen. Okay. 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 Are you able to see the screen? If you're able to see the screen, please raise your hand. Excellent. I can see some hands raised. Okay. Excellent. Okay. So we have already done the prayer for starting, before starting, and we will inshallah do this before starting every class, each class. So from Monday to Friday, inshallah ta'ala. And so now just before we start, I just need to remind students of the class etiquette. It's just the basic ones. We have to perform wuzu before, obviously, we are reading Quran. So we have to show respect and perform wuzu as told by Allah Ta'ala and Holy Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. We have to cover our heads If you're male, you have to wear topi or a hat, and if you're female, obviously you have to wear a scarf or a hijab or dupatta. And make sure that's your first class, so it's fine for now. But from the other class, for next time, please make sure that you revise your lesson. So the previous lesson we have done, please make sure that you revise that, and make sure that you're sitting with an adult, so that if you need help or if I need to talk to your parents, I'm able to. Secondly, audio must be off unless I unmute you, and your video should be off. Um, and make sure that you log in with the correct ID. I can still see students with their names instead of the IDs. So what I will do, or what the support teacher would do, the support teacher would simply remove you and put you into the waiting list. And unless you come with your real ID given to you by email, you will not be accepted in the class, okay? And that's just for the purposes of the attendance. If you come with your name and not your ID, we would not be able to recognize you, and therefore your attendance will not be marked. So that's the reason why we want you to log in with your correct ID. So now during lessons, make sure that you listen attentively to the class, because that's the reason you all signed up for the class. And keep your hands down unless requested. So I just requested you, if you can hear me, raise your hand. And then you did so, and Jazakumullah, and now you can keep your hand down. Wait for permission before you leave the classroom. And finally, after a lesson, you have to revise lesson, you have to complete the assignment, the assigned homework. And I will give you homework today, so make sure you revise that, you do that. And if for any reason, as Hafiz have told before, if you need an excuse from the class, you can contact us on info@nqc.org.gk. And remember that this class is not a replacement for the learning that you get at home about the Holy Quran. It's just an additional class for you, a support for you. Okay? Okay, now we have done the etiquettes. Now we can move on to the content. Okay. Okay. So, if you guys can hear me properly, please raise your hands. Because I just need to make sure that everybody is listening attentively. Jazakumullah. Yeah. Jazakumullah. For others who have not, okay, I can still see names, so I'm going to put you to the waiting list. Therefore, come with your real ID, okay? So, just 1 second. See, that's how it wastes our time. It wastes our time, the fact that we have to remove students without their real ID. So if you know that you don't have your real ID name, please go and rename yourself. And then come back with your real ID. Okay, so now we're not going to waste any more time. Okay, so as you all know, we're going to start with Surah Al-Fatiha. And before we actually start, as Hafiz said, you might know obviously Surah Al-Fatiha and other, like the last surahs, but there's some things about the surah, the introductory stuff, that nobody pays attention to. For example, what does Fatiha mean? Surah Fatiha, it's an Arabic word. What does that mean? And where was the surah revealed? So these interesting key facts and interesting facts that only few people know about. So before we actually start, I'm just going to introduce you to all these facts. So Surah Al-Fatiha, it means the opener. And there are many more names to this. So Holy Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam called Surah Fatiha Al-Quran. which means mother of the Fatiha, mother of the Quran. And according to Promised Messiah والسلام, he explained this, that Holy Prophet ﷺ said this because this surah captures the essence of the Quran in an excellent manner. For example, it describes the attributes of Allah Ta'ala, and every single thing encompasses within it. So there are other names as well, for example, Fatihatul Kitab, Alhamd, like that. So including Bismillah, it has 7 verses. So as I said before, it starts with the attributes of Allah Ta'ala. Then it indirectly emphasizes to the role of the humanity. So it guides us, so like how we should ask for help to Allah Ta'ala, and what is the path that leads to the perfection of our souls. So in simple words, Surah Al-Fatiha is the introduction of the Holy Quran. But there's one question that I would like to ask everybody. So if you know the answer, or if you want to answer, raise your hand. Can you please name the surah or surahs, if there's more than one, that is the part of that is in part 1? So surah or surahs that are in part 1. Just need to ask this quick question to see your knowledge. Raise your hand if you know the answer. Okay, let me choose Atfal first. Let's see. Yeah. Our support teacher, would you please like to choose Atfal?
Assalamu alaikum.
Welcome, Sam. Yeah,
A-
I'll just look for your name. Yeah.
Ji, A5182.
A5182.
Ji.
Assalamu alaikum. A5182, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, excellent. So, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Walaikum salam.
Okay, so I'll repeat the question. So, can you name any surah or surahs that are in part 1?
Surah Al-Fatiha.
Okay, so that's the answer. Okay. Now, that's the thing I was going to tell you. 1 second. Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, I expected this answer, Surah Al-Fatiha, but that's not the correct answer. Now, I'll tell you why. If you look, okay, I'll highlight that for you. If you look here, are you able to see this? A5182, are you able to see this?
Yes.
Okay, good. So now I'll tell you what this means, because that's a ruku, okay? So now this number inside the ayn is 7, which tells you the verse of the surah. So in this verse, Surah Fatiha, we have 7 verses in total. And this, the upper one, it tells you the chapter. So this is chapter number 1. However, under the ayn here, there's also something, there's also a number. So if I go down to tell you an example, okay, here, if you see this, we have this number here, number 1. Now that tells us the part, as in what part is it? Is it part 1, 2, 3, 4? So my question was, can you name any surah that is in part 1? And then you replied as Surah Al-Fatiha. But that's not the correct answer. It's Surah Al-Baqarah. And now that's a new fact that you might not have known about. Surah Al-Fatiha is not in 1. It's not in part 1. It's just it's just part of the Holy Quran, but it does not include in part number 1. Okay, it's the first thing in the Holy Quran, Surah Al-Fatiha, but it's not the part of it's not part of part 1. Just an additional information. Okay. Jazakumullah for your answer. So now we'll unmute you. I will mute you. Sorry. Yep. Okay. So today we're going to learn about from Bismillah. So from verse number 1 till verse number 4, and this class aims to make students pronunciation correct, and if they should be able to hifz Surah Al-Fatiha, and you might also know this before. So we just need to correct some of the mistakes that students make when they're reciting the Holy Quran or Surah Al-Fatiha. Okay. So our support teacher, would you please like to choose a Nasirat this time? Any Nasira?
Assalamualaikum.
Walaikum salam.
N6229.
Okay, N6229. Assalamu alaikum. N6229. Assalamu alaikum. Can you hear me? N6229. Assalamu alaikum. Yep, I can hear the whispering. Assalamu alaikum. Okay.
दूसरा कोई और नंबर दे दूं कोई?
Oh yeah. But you can talk. I mean, you don't need to be scared. If you're scared, please don't be. We are in the same boat. We are learning. You guys are learning. So you need to be confident in answering or reading out. Okay. If you're not comfortable, we can choose someone else now. So yeah, please choose someone else. So do we have any other Nasra?
और अस्सलाम वालेकुम और नंबर दूं आपको फिर?
Yes, please. Yeah.
अस्सलाम वालेकुम.
वालेकुम सलाम.
आपको और नंबर दूं ना असरात का?
जी बिल्कुल.
N6187.
N6187. Assalamu alaikum. N6187. Can you hear me? N6187. Assalamu alaikum. Okay. Nasra, you need to listen attentively. Any other Nasra, please, now? Okay, choose someone else now, please.
N6193. N6193.
Okay, N6193. Assalamu alaikum. N6193. Nasa. Okay. So now I'll choose one second. Let's see. N6191. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam. Okay. Finally. Okay. So would you please like to start with Bismillah and up to the marked verse number 4? Would you please like to recite that?
Okay. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Ar-Rahmanir-Rahim. Maliki Yawmiddin.
Excellent. Let's do it one more time.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Ar-Rahmanir-Rahim. Maliki Yawmiddin.
Okay, excellent. Okay. There were just few mistakes. These are the mistakes I want to make everyone understand that these are the common mistakes that students make. So, Bismillah. Okay, you Bismillah. You started with Bismillah. That's what. Do you know what this sign is?
Is it vertical fatha?
Excellent. Well done. Yeah, it's indeed vertical fatha. And before I actually tell you, do you know what's the rule for this? How long do you pronounce this for?
You pronounce it for 2 seconds.
Excellent. So now if we go to lesson number 1, I'll just tell you, let's go down. Yeah. So would you please like to read this rule for everybody?
Do not prolong a letter which carries vertical fatha more than 2 count seconds beats.
Excellent. So for example here, Alif has vertical fatha, so you need to pronounce it Adamu, but this should not be longer than 2 seconds. It should not be like Adamu. That's wrong. Only for 2 seconds, okay?
Okay.
So similarly here, on Bismillah, Nam, we have vertical fatha, so you need to pronounce it for 2 seconds. So Bismillah, okay? Similarly on the Meme, that's the same mistake. And over here, I could see that you were getting short of breath. So Maliki Yawmiddin. So this is, what is this?
A mushaddad.
Excellent. So you need to emphasize dal. So Yawmiddin. Okay.
Okay.
Excellent. So would you like to read again to rectify mistakes?
Yeah. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Maliki Yawmiddin.
You skip that.
Oh, Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Ar-Rahmanir-Rahim. Maliki Yawmiddin.
Excellent. Well done. So I was talking before earlier when I was introducing Surah Al-Fatiha, I was telling you the attributes of Allah, that in Surah Al-Fatiha we have Allah Ta'ala has mentioned his attributes. Would you like to point out some of them?
Alhamdulillah.
No, that's not the part of it. No. Okay, I'll tell you if
Oh, Maliki Yawmiddin.
excellent. That's one of it. Yep. Which means what?
I'm not sure.
It means master of the day of the judgment. So that's one of his attributes. The second attribute, let's go here. Rabbil Alameen, the Lord of the world. Ar-Rahman, because Ar-Rahman comes in Bismillah as well. So if you know the translation of Bismillah, you would know that. So Ar-Rahman means graceful, Bismillah. So in the name of Allah, the most gracious. Ar-Rahim, merciful. So that's just a side note. If it's really good to remember the attributes of Allah Ta'ala. Okay. So Jazakumullah, that was N6191. Jazakumullah.
Can my sister have a turn?
We'll go turn by turn. So I've noted it down. So next time, we'll choose her. Okay.
Okay.
Yes. Now it's the first time. So turn. Sorry. So Jazakumullah N6191. So then our support teacher, can we have a tiffin?
Ji, Assalamualaikum. A5214.
A5214. 4. Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam.
Okay, I can hear you now. Yep, good. Okay, so would you please like to read the same verses of verse number 1 to verse number 4?
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alamin. Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim. Maliki Yawmiddin.
Okay, excellent. Well done. In terms of pronunciation, they were correct, as in how long you should do or what. But I've noticed that you stop in between a word. For example, Alhamdulillah, and then you stop for a bit, and then say Here Bil Alameen. That's not a correct way of reading it. Okay, so make sure that you finish the word, and then at appropriate places you take rest. So Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. So you have to be continuous when reciting, okay?
Okay.
Okay. I'm just going to test you on something I told earlier. What is this sign?
A vertical fatha.
Excellent. And how long should you prolong this for?
2 seconds.
Well done. And what's this sign?
I don't know.
Okay, good. Okay, that's my point. Okay, if you need to ask any question or if you're confused, feel free to do so. Okay, so that's kasra, and you should only pronounce this for only 1 second. So not Rabbi, is Rabbil Alameen. Okay, and this is fatha. So these are the proper terms to use when describing the sign. So this is fatha, this is kasra, and we'll look for dhamma here. That's dhamma, okay? Fatha, kasra, dhamma, and I'll keep on referring to these. So if you still don't understand, please do ask me. Please do stop me. So that's the whole point of the class. So if you need help, we are here to support you. Please stop me if you don't understand anything. I'll be happy to help, okay? So Jazakumullah, that was A5214, Jazakumullah. So now we have the audio for Surah Al-Fatiha, and it's basically teacher reciting Surah Al-Fatiha, and then the kid repeating after. So first listen to the teacher properly, and then when the kid recites, you have to recite as well, okay? So parents, if you're there, please make sure that your child is reciting. It's for their benefit, okay? So I'll start it now. Please make sure that you're paying attention. And this will be in front of you. I'll just minimize the screen. Yeah. So you'll be able to see Surah Al-Fatiha when you're hearing the audio. Okay. So now I will start. Yeah, so the kid has said Bismillah as well, so I hope you have also repeated after him, okay? Okay, so I hope you all have been able to hear this. Okay. Yeah. So this was the audio, and now it was a really beautiful recitation. With prolongation here, so Ain, the teacher and the kid, obviously, they both prolonged this because this is vertical fatha, so 2 seconds, and they took care of the kasra, the fatha of a lam here, and they took care of, okay, there was no dhamma, but if there was to be, they would take care of it, that they should not pronounce this for more than 1 second, okay? And now you need to notice the waqf that they do. So if, for example, this first, okay, this Bismillah is the first verse. So if we look at Bismillah, it ends with meme with having kasra. Yeah, this sign is called kasra. So whenever you have fatha, so kasra here, you change this into this sign, okay? So it's not, you will not pronounce it as Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahimi. No. When you're doing a waqf, this sign, the kasra sign changes, okay? So the sukoon sign comes over this. This is called sukoon. So sukoon sign comes over. So you say Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Okay, the sound, not me sound. Okay. Similarly, this noon has fatha, so the same rule applies for this. So Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen, not na, mean. Okay. Similarly, this kasra here, there's noon kasra here, so same rule applies. And one thing, so at the end of the verse, you can see the small letter lam, which means no. Okay, so if you wanted to, you don't need to do a waqf here, you can move on. But for your own benefit, so that you don't run out of breath, you must stop here, you should stop here, and I would advise you to stop here at this level of your age. Okay, so you must stop here for this class, okay? And this over here, you have small toe in here, toe, okay? So when this comes, you have to stop here. Okay, there's no choice. You should stop here. And la here as well, you can see which means no. So the same rule applies. Okay, you must stop here. You can move on, but you should stop here. Okay, in my opinion. So I'll choose a student again. Nasira. So please can I have Nasira? Can I please have Nasra? Assalamualaikum, can you hear me? Okay. Okay, I think not. Okay, then I'll choose myself. Assalamualaikum, can you hear me now?
Ji, Assalamualaikum.
Okay. Yeah, please choose Nasra for me quickly.
Acha. N6229.
Okay. N6229. Assalamualaikum.
Assalamualaikum.
Welcome, Sam. That's N6229. Okay. So would you please like to start with Bismillah and be up to number 4?
Okay. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين
read it with proper rules, so with proper tune, or maybe it would be nice, or maybe at least the rules.
Alhamdulillah. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Ar-Rahmanir-Rahim. Maliki Yawmiddin.
Okay. That's it. That's not good. Okay. So when I told you to read with like proper rules, you started with Alhamdulillah correctly and ended with up to this verse correctly. But because we like we don't usually consider Bismillah as in we just say Bismillah regularly. So I think don't have this thing in our mind to read it properly as well. So it is a part of, it's the first verse, okay? So we also need to read this correctly. So Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. So we need to read it properly and beautifully, okay? Okay, so now we're coming at the end of our class. So before I told you I will give you homework. So let me just give you homework. So if you have any diaries or anything to note down the homework, please do so. Right, because I will ask you the next session. Okay, so your homework is to revise the verses we have covered in the lessons. And I will ask you the names of these signs. Not only these, vertical fatha, yep, this one, fatha, kasra, even dhamma, I'll just point out to this and you have to tell me if it's dhamma, kasra, fatha. Tell me what this la means. So la, because that's what I've covered so far. The to, what does that mean? And what we have done the waqf. So if we have known with fatha, you have to make the change the sign into sakun. So Rabbil Alameen, not Rabbil Alameen. That's wrong, okay? Same with kasra, you have to put sakun. This is a sakun sign. So you replace this kasra with a sakun sign. So it becomes Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Okay? And that's homework. And we'll quickly end with prayer after tilawat, after the Holy Quran. We always will read this, okay? So, and for this, I'll also choose a student. So, Jazakumullah Nqc G2 Jazakumullah. Now, can I please have a sister quickly?
Can I give you the other number?
Yes, please. Yeah. Atfal, please.
A5200.
A5200. Assalamu alaikum. A5200. Assalamu alaikum. Can you hear me? A5200. Assalamu alaikum. Okay, I think we should choose something else now, please.
Can I give you another number?
Yes, please.
A5191.
A5191. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam.
Welcome, Sam. There's an extra sound comment when you speak. I don't know why that is. A5191. A5191. We're not able to hear you properly, so we have to choose someone else. Sorry. Can you please have someone else?
I'll give you another one.
Yes, please.
A5185.
Assalamu alaikum. A5185. A5185. Assalamu alaikum. A5185. Can you hear me? Okay, I think we don't have time. Okay, so for today, I'll just read it myself, and then for next time, we will finish early so that we have some students to read the prayer after tilawat. I'll just read it myself today, and then next class, inshallah, you guys have to read it. So, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. So follow me as I read along. Allahumma arhamni bil-Qur'anil azim waj'alhu li imaman wa nuran wa hudan wa rahmah. O Allah, have mercy on me through the great Quran, and make it for me the leader, the light, the guidance, and the mercy. Ameen, Summa Ameen. And we're going to end with just a small prayer as well. So, ربنا تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم. O Allah, accept this effort and service from us, for you are the most hearing, the most knowing. Ameen. Jazakumullah for everybody for attending the class. This was our first class, alhamdulillah, and we will continue inshallah. So, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.